Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Mediumship and Numerology channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. Okay. Now, many of you have seen the video that I recently posted on psychic attacks and the various sources from which those attacks might emerge or could emerge. Okay. So, in this discussion, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to help you understand psychic attacks a bit better and also to help you understand the symptoms that might be associated with an attack. Okay? Because a lot of us, ladies and gentlemen, we tend to have a arduous time admitting when we are in fact under attack here. Particularly many of you skeptics out there, or perhaps for those of you who feel that you have evolved, that you certainly can combat attacks here. All right. Even magicians, ladies and gentlemen, at times also feel that they are so well protected here. Okay. But according to Jason Miller, many people or many of these magicians, psychics, or whatever you would want to call them, or witches, they tend to overestimate their abilities or think that whatever regular protection, which includes you, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm sure many of you are protecting yourself. They as well as you, the protections that you use are not always infallible, okay? It's mostly an ego blow that to admit that someone or something could get to us. And so most of the time we tend to kind of convince ourselves otherwise that no, this isn't happening here. But according to Jason Miller, rest assured that it is here. And again, Jason Miller is a practitioner of the arts. He's renowned. Okay, I studied him and his works very, very thoroughly here, and he offers very, very good, helpful advice here. All right. You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that no one is impervious to psychic attacks. Okay. And you could also use, I mean, if you are feeling psychically attacked, you could use shields, amulets, okay, or banishing spells, all right, in order to kind of protect you. Understand that there is no harm, ladies and gentlemen, protecting yourself, whether there's no apparent attack or not. You should constantly protect yourself here, all right? And now let's just move right along and just discuss some symptoms of the attack so that you can understand various symptoms associated with these attacks. And I'm going to categorize those into the external conditions, mental, and physical conditions. So let's consider the external conditions, ladies and gentlemen. These conditions tend to affect your luck, and this creates what Jason Miller calls crossed conditions, okay? It These conditions also they make you feel out of sync with time, as if you can't manage to do anything right or even be in the right place at the right time here. Or you simply can never meet time objectives or even time constraints. Everything you do or touch appears to go awry. Things breaking apart in your hands, or you just simply drop them as soon as you pick them up here. These are all indications of external conditions that, or symptoms perhaps, that may have resulted because of attack here. Or you discover that no one has patience with you, no one wants to be bothered, okay? Or you can even see these things by seeing unexpected bills mounting up. And your luck, ladies and gentlemen, simply just turned from sugar to shit. you know? Perhaps you even lose your job, or your lover leaves you. You constantly keep going back to jail, or, these things can be caused too by more unintentional types of attacks here, where usually between friends, usually when friends are getting upset with you, and of course, again, if they are of higher energy, ladies and gentlemen, they can make these things happen. So I constantly tell people to be wary of your thoughts here. Okay. Rest assured that if you are having an intense string of unfortunate coincidences, this should certainly serve an indication that something is amiss. Okay? So let's go on and just look at some mental and physical symptoms. These symptoms include, we can start with the mental, all right? Just to just hone more into those type of things that might occur here. You're feeling like you kind of uh, falling to an abyss of despair. I'm getting, you're oppressed, or you're feeling very depressed, or you're just oppressed, feeling oppressed in some way, or you're just anxious and very fearful about things, or you're constantly having these reoccurring nightmares or troubled type dreams here. And these dreams, ladies and gentlemen, can also give you signs on what might be need to be kind of fixed here if you just simply focus, okay? And you're seeing that many of you sometimes just can't simply seem to see the forest from the trees here, when you're feeling this, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Or some of you might even hear voices in your head, or see shadows or outline lines of things that's not really there. Okay? You may also smell scents that have no sources. Or you may find that you're having uncharacteristics, compulsions, affinities, or aversions to things that you never did before. Okay? Sometimes people tell us that we are acting out of character. Sometimes your friend might even, or friends might even point that out here. They may see things in you that you really don't see in yourselves, all right? So let's go on and just look at some physical conditions or symptoms, okay? You might find that you're having constant headaches, okay? Where your scalp kind of feels stretched too thin over the skull, if you will. You're constantly tired, fatigued, or you may have emotional vampires that's constantly draining you or your vitality, and this can include but not limited to toxic family members and close friends and even lovers. Okay, you might see that yourself constantly getting various like getting ill suddenly. Okay, like might include the flu, the cancer, or it could even include an undiagnosable type illness, even heart attacks or loss of even sexual interest or even impotency. Okay, or they may even stop up your bowels. So those are all types of symptoms. Okay, so let's talk about some omens and warnings here. One thing that you need to do, as I've already indicated to you, really need to pay attention to your dreams. Okay? According to Jason Miller here, he says that the Waneric rims is where our deep mind tries to communicate with the rest of the self. Also, ladies and gentlemen, watch how animals react to you. How do they really respond to you when they see you? Has an animal died in your where you live or somewhere near you in your place of abode here? Okay. One thing that you might want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you could put plants in your house, particularly when you're under attack. These plants certainly will die first. If you like plants, and let's say you just buy a lot of them and you see that they die so suddenly, that's an indication to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that someone isn't doing something kosher. All right. So This is the brief discussion that I wanted to share with you guys today, okay? And I'm going to continue on with various discussions of this nature here. Of course, if any of you feel that you are under attack, of course, I can certainly help you rid that. And of course, you would have to schedule a session with me. You can either do so on my website or you could also send an email. I certainly appreciate your time that you've taken to watch this video, and I look forward to hearing your comments here. Thanks so much, and have a blessed day.